Hello, welcome to Thursday Night Live, the Home Firth Arts Festival online magazine, where we tell you about what events are happening in the festival this summer. I'm John Coombs, and with me in the studio tonight is Liz Hayward from the Home Firth Writers Group, Liz Walker, puppeteer and maker, and Sarah Branson, the curator of art in the landscape. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
I'll be talking to Sarah later on in just a minute. But here, first of all, is a quick look at what's been happening so far in the festival.
This is the Home Firth Arts Festival 2022.
So you run the years along, between the unknown and the known, from the armchair to the trick point, to measure how much you've grown. I never made it as a pop star, I never piloted a plane, but I can run to the horizon and back again, beyond the edges of the map, where the world begins to shrink, where friends and enemies, we're not as far apart as we think. I never made it as a surgeon, I never drove a crane, but I can run to the horizon and back again.
And what is a mountain anyway? What makes them so special? They're so up themselves, aren't they, mountains?
That was Boff Whaley and Daniel Bye with These Hills Are Ours, the Hayed Edge Band Rooms, and then we saw John Gomm performing at Hepworth Church. Aaron Goosh has been with us at the Civic Hall, and some of you might remember he was with the festival in 2014 when he accompanied the mighty Fabric Lenny with Ancient Waters when they were projecting animations across the river behind the Co-op. Aaron Gosh there. This year's art festival is taking place over a few months. This weekend sees major events, collections of free music and free street performances in the Home Firth Centre. There's also an art installation, Art in the Landscape, in the New Mill Community Garden. Here's just a quick reminder of Art in the Landscape last year. That was Art in the Landscape last year. This year it's happening again, and we've got the curator with me in the studio. Hello, Sarah.
Hi there.
How long has the Art in the Landscape been going on now?
Well, about 12 years. It was originally up at Holmestides Reservoir, just above Hayde Edge. Then we did an installation in the river one of the years, and last year we moved it to New Mill Community Gardens, where it's again this year.
Excellent, excellent. Last year was great. Is there a theme this year?
Yeah, the theme for this year's is the earth beneath our feet, and all of the artists are making works along that theme.
So tell me who you said the artist, who's taking part, who's participating?
Okay, so artists are working out in the community. They're either working with local schools or they're working in community groups. We've got Sue Clay working with a textile group. We've got an installation of ants going in right now. New Mill Community School has been working with a lady called Rachel Smith. We've got the Northlight Potters, we've got Mick Kirkby Geddes, and a whole host of other artists.
So lots of things to see, but the question I think we're all wanting to know is, will there be cake?
Yes, there will be cake and coffee and tea again this year. The gardening team are working really hard. I'm sure they've all got cakes in the oven right now. And there'll be tea and cake and coffee on Saturday, Sunday and Monday this initial weekend, and then the following Saturday and Sunday as well. So come along and enjoy.
Absolutely, for the cake. If nothing else, no, go for the art. Go for the art. The cake's just an extra bonus. Last year there was a series of craft workshops. Will that be happening again?
Yes, that will be down in the shelter area. So come along, have a go, leave it, and the installation can grow over the weekend, or you can take it away with you. Yeah.
Good. Now, we have actually got some footage of Mick Kirkby Geddes, who you mentioned earlier, making, or rather painting, his installation for this year. That was Mick Kirkby Geddes with Sky Blue. That's your daughter, I believe.
Yes, it is. Home Firth High student who's taken art this year. So, yeah, it was a good opportunity for her.
Excellent, excellent. So that's Art in the Landscape, and it's open from 10 until 4 every day from this Saturday until Sunday the 26th of June. And that's on Sude Hill, just past the church in New Mill. Thank you very much, Sarah.
You're welcome.
And now something completely different.
Hi, we're Kinara, and we're performing at Home Firth Arts Festival.
At the Music Garden Party at Homeside Gardens.
Saturday the 18th of June at 5:15 p.m.
We'll see you there.
Yes, that's the Music Garden Party in Homeside Gardens this Saturday afternoon with the Punjabi folk rock fusion trio Kinara. The Honley Male Voice Choir will be there. The wonderful Katie Mallard will be there with her drummers, and there'll be various HD9 community bands playing. Lots of musicians, lots of bands, lots of some different things we're going to come on to later. And it's from 12 o'clock all the way to 6 in the evening on Saturday, mainly in Homeside Gardens. Here's a short clip of Kinara performing during lockdown in 2020 when they did a live stream out to the Sabri Academy of Music and Arts in India from a studio in Chapeltown. was Kinara. You'll be able to see them on Saturday afternoon, I beg your pardon, in Homeside Gardens. On Sunday afternoon, it's performance and dance, and Callaloo Carnival Arts will be in the parish churchyard doing a dance piece, which will include excerpts from Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite, which will be, I'm sure, wonderful. They've been connected with the festival for many years. Piff Paff Theatre are coming along. I understand they're in Berlin at the moment, so I hope all goes well. They'll be performing their show B-Cart in Homeside Gardens on Sunday at 1:45, 4 o'clock, and then again at 5:30, where they're looking at the importance of bees.
The Bee Cart is our love song for bees and nature. It's a journey into their very weird world, and through that we find out what they do for us.
Piff Paff Theatre in Homeside Gardens on Sunday, 1:45, 4 o'clock and 5:30. Now, each year we do a series of guided walks for the festival, and this year's no exception. And there'll be one guided walk with a difference, which is starting on Sunday morning at 10:30 in Home Village. And here to tell me a little bit more about it is Liz Hayward. Liz, it's not just an ordinary walk, is it?
No, it's much more exciting than that. It's a bit like a promenade performance, really, because we will move around the village, led by musicians, and at certain places around the village we will meet characters from the history of Home Village, set in different time periods that were significant for the village.
And I understand it's a sort of a treasure hunt, is that right?
Yes, with an environmental twist as well. So when we gather on the cobbled area just before the Fleece Inn at 10:30, we will be met by a character called Teresa Green, who is a sort of woodland natural spirit. And Teresa will tell us that there's a big problem because the Green Man, who of course is the archetype of the world of nature, the Green Man has been asleep for thousands of years, but his box of forest seeds, the seeds that he plants the trees which keep us all going, has been stolen. So there's a bit of a crisis. So now there is a quest going on.
So where did this story originally come from?
Oh, it's an original piece written by Mary Walker, who's a long-standing inhabitant of Home Village and also a long-standing member of the Homefirth Writers Group. And the writers group has taken it on board and done some adaptations, some rewrites. Yeah.
So you mentioned there was some music, there were like travelling minstrels?
Yes, something like that. There are 3 musicians involved in this. There has been original music composed for it, and they will act as guides, moving us from one location to another, playing the whiles.
Oh, wonderful. And it's not just the treasure hunt and the ancient past, it moves through time, through history, does it?
That's right, yes. Yes, it starts with a Roman soldier, would be the first one we meet. I'm not going to tell you any more than that.
Now, I've heard that somewhat like the art installation in New Mill, there might be cake.
Yes, we will move through these sequence of locations. We will meet these characters. Each of them has also lost something precious. And there is some suspicion that the evil witch, the Morrigan, might be involved. And in fact, there is a wildly dramatic conclusion to the whole quest, and then followed by cake, yes.
Good. So if you want to take some food for a picnic. That will be an excellent time to do it.
Excellent, yes.
There's also a competition.
Yes, indeed. We are the writers group after all. So we thought there is going to be an online writing competition for adults and for children on the theme of lost and found, which of course impels the whole performance. And there will be a £10 book token prize for each adult or child winner.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that's 10:30 Sunday morning. Gather in Home Village outside the Fleece pub.
Before the Fleece, there's a cobbled area just before the Fleece on your right, and that's where we will meet
A triangle.
Teresa Green, that's right, who will then lead us to the Green Man.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Liz.
Okay.
Now, on the rest of the day, Sunday is the street performance where Highly Sprung Performance Theatre will be coming back to the town car park at 2:30 and 5 o'clock. Last year they gave us the very memorable Astronaut, and this year they'll be bringing the new piece called Castaway, another stunning performance where dance meets engineering. And earlier this week I was speaking to Mark Worth, who's the artistic director of Highly Sprung Theatre. So, hello Mark.
Hi John, how are you?
Very well, thank you, very well. Now, everyone I'm sure will remember Astronaut from last year, but this year you're bringing a new show. What's that one?
Yeah, very excited to say that we are coming back to Holmfirth this year after really enjoying ourselves performing with you last year with Astronaut, and we're bringing Castaway, which is our brand new piece going out properly this year, and a new piece of flying equipment as well, which is really exciting.
It was quite a complicated rig for Urban Astronaut. Is it as complicated this time?
It doesn't look as complicated. There's no machinery involved. Lots of people think there's hydraulics, but there's none. I am the motor in the machine this time. We call it the world's first fully gyroscopic flying machine.
Who's on the other end?
It's Emily. So lots of people who saw Astronaut will know Emily as the Hope character in Astronaut, but she is now the one flying. I'm saying that I'm too old for it.
Right. What's the story behind it?
So the story, well, we were inspired because about 2 years ago, we saw a BBC report that suggested that there was a part of the Pacific Ocean that was bringing all of the world's rubbish together. All the tides and currents were washing together all of the world's plastic. And in some places it was 3.5 inches deep, and in other places it was 3.5 meters deep.
Whoa.
And 2 years ago, it was 5 times the size of the UK. We sat down and we started to imagine what would happen if we were on that plastic island. And well, that's where our piece starts, really. So we have 2 performers who are very high fashion, very throwaway, disposable culture. And as they come in, they're throwing away their coffee cups, their lunches, and even their clothes that are covered in plastic. They're just throwing everything away. And then under the weight of all this plastic, we have the keeper of the waterways, the spirit of the water that rises up, bringing all of this rubbish, and unable to stay under that weight of plastic anymore. They burst free and show one of the disposable characters a different way and how to look after the world a little bit better.
The show's on Sunday, this Sunday coming, in the centre of Holmfirth in the car park. Does it stay in one place?
It stays in one place this time. We won't have to close any roads, so the drivers will be happy. But we make a ring, a big circle, so everyone is on that island with us. And yeah, it's a real spectacle.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you. See you Sunday.
That was Mark Worth from Highly Sprung Performance Theatre. Their show Castaway is in the centre of Holmfirth on Sunday at 2:30 and then again at 5 o'clock. Let's have a brief look at the show. Here it is. That was an excerpt from Castaway by Highly Sprung, which is on in Holmfirth Car Park on Sunday afternoon. Also on Sunday, Mind the Gap will be bringing their new show, Leave the Light On For Me, into the Homeside Gardens. And it's set in the future, and there's a harsh eco-environment where eco-laws are in place. And the Planet Inspector is about to arrive to check on the carbon footprint of two hard-working sisters. And the question is, will they have done enough to pass inspection? Well, you'll have to go along to Homeside Gardens 12:30 and 3:15 and find out what whether they've done enough to satisfy the Planet Inspector. Now, last weekend there was a craft workshop in Holmfirth from the Children's Art School. So here I went along and did a film. Here is what was going on. That was the puppet making workshops in Holmfirth last weekend, and I'm joined now by Liz Walker, who's been working with the Children's Arts School. Hello, Liz.
Hello, John.
Yeah, Holmfirth Arts Festival's got a long record with the Children's Arts School, taking part in the parades every year, building puppets and making big displays and everything like that. So what was it you were doing last weekend?
So last weekend I was making cardboard and brown paper puppets, very similar to this one. And these have been made by the children from Children's Art School as well. So those workshops were public workshops that you took the film of, but they've been made by so there should be approximately 50 of this type of puppet for a puppet gathering on Saturday, the 17th, I think it is, at Homeside Gardens. And so they will be collecting in the Methodist Gardens at 1 o'clock to work out their choreography. So those are those, and they've got little bits of compost printing on.
Yes, we saw that. We saw some vegetables in the film. And you compost printing. Go on, tell me about compost printing.
It's printing from compost. It'd be really exciting if your compost did make actual things, but you've got to cover them in paint or a bit of ink. So there's an onion. That's an onion print, which is my favourites. And this one's got rhubarb leaves on it as well, but I don't know whether you can see those quite. So that was theirs, and those are kind of simple, and they'll be all together, approximately about 50 of those. And then the older children, or the seniors at the Children's Art School, which is run by Chloe Williams, be making puppets that are based on this one that I used in a show, which is fully articulated. So they'll have legs and arms, and they're based on a polystyrene egg shape that then the seniors covered, so built features up with cardboard and newspaper and masking tape, and then covered in brown paper papier-mâché, and put eyes in. So that's how that came to this. And then they look a little bit like that, but not quite, because they're still the brown paper ones.
And will these be in Homeside Gardens as well?
Yes, so the brown paper and cardboard ones and the egghead ones will all be amassing in a massive puppet gathering at Homeside Gardens with drumming, drumming, tamborining and whistling with Dan Price.
Dan Price.
From the Soul Choir.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, here we go. So far, every event that we've been talking about on here involves cake. Will there be cake?
There will be no cake from the puppets. Puppets don't eat cake. But there might be cake around somewhere. I'm sure if you wanted cake, you could find cake.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Liz. So that's the gathering as part of the Music Garden Party in Homeside Gardens on Saturday, gathering in the gardens there at 1:45. Thank you very much, Liz.
Thank you.
Well, I do hope you can all get around and see the festival events this weekend. Just to remind you.
Come and see you. We will be performing with you on Sunday, and hope to see you all there. Bye. Bye.
Still to come in the festival this year, on Saturday the 9th of July in Hepworth Church, the Riverside Winds will come up from London. They're a wind ensemble, and they'll be playing a gavotte by the Austrian composer Ludwig Twiller. Here's an excerpt from Riverside Winds. That was Riverside Winds. They'll be playing the full piece and many other pieces at 7:30 on Saturday the 9th of July in Hepworth Church. Staying with music, the wonderful Clouds Harp Quartet will finally be with us. They're third time lucky. The last two festivals they haven't made it because of COVID restrictions. They'll be performing at Christchurch, New Mill on Friday the 5th of August at 7:30. Here they are performing the Fairy Lullaby.
The tracks of the swan on the lake, on the lake, on the lake. I found the tracks of the swan on the lake, but now
Mouts Harp Quartet there with Fairy Lullaby. Moving into August, on the 27th, Saturday the 27th of August, Deborah Sanderson and Vince Kerr will be hanging off the cliffs above Holmfirth at the Cliff Quarry. They'll be doing an aerial dance piece set to music by last year's Steve Sykes Memorial Commission writer Tom Holman Sheard. So go along and see that in August, the 27th of August. There will also be Gary Delaney coming to Holmfirth in September, the 2nd of September, Friday the 2nd of September. Gary Delaney will be bringing his show Gary in Punderland to the Civic Hall on the 2nd at 7:30. Then, finally, the end of the festival will be October. Saturday the 15th of October, there will be a spectacular lantern trail which will be going through the woods at Magdale Dam in Honley. It's called Light Up Magdale. It's free, but you will need to book a ticket on the festival website. It will run from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock on Saturday the 15th of October. Now, all the details of what's on this year's festival from now until October can be found on the festival website. Just search for Holmfirth Arts Festival and follow the links to what's on. The weather this weekend looks good, overcast, maybe the odd shower, but good temperatures, 16, 17 degrees, unless you believe John Gregson, in which case it'll be pouring down with rain all day Saturday. That's it for tonight. I'd like to thank my guests, Liz and Sarah. And that's all for this year. There's just one show, so I wish you a good festival and a good night. Good night.